On August 6, a woman riding Baidu's autonomous taxi service, Radish Run, also known as Apollo Go in Chongqing, fell into a construction pit about 3 meters deep. Fortunately, the woman was not seriously injured and was able to escape with the help of local residents. A nearby store owner stated that the construction site had safety barriers and warning signs, but it remains unclear how the vehicle managed to bypass these precautions and end up in the pit. One observer joked, "One radish, one hole." The incident quickly sparked online discussions. Baidu had announced on August 4th that it was partnering with Lyft, with plans to launch Radish Run in the UK and Germany starting in 2026, and eventually deploy thousands of vehicles across Europe in the coming years. This raised concerns about the safety performance of Radish Run in light of the incident. Many people online criticized the vehicle's driving capabilities, with some claiming the technology could drive professional drivers crazy. In Wuhan, a bus attempting to enter a station was closely tailgated by a Radish Run vehicle, causing the bus to reverse multiple times. The Radish Run also frequently stopped at intersections during peak hours, causing traffic delays. Police struggled to find anyone to address the issue and could only shout at the car, "Move along!" But the vehicle still remained in place. The Radish Run stopped because it detected an obstacle on its right side and remained stuck in place, despite honking drivers behind. It only resumed moving after a kind bystander removed the obstacle. This caused a driver behind to intentionally block the Radish Run in frustration. One man in Wuhan even had a worse experience. After ordering a Radish Run vehicle, the system told him to board the car on the opposite side of the street. He walked a long way to the other side, only to find the car stopped in the middle of the road. He was unable to get in because it was too dangerous, and to his surprise, the car drove off, leaving him behind. After chasing the car for one stop, he finally got on, angrily calling it a silly radish. Radish Run is an autonomous taxi service launched by Baidu. It first started limited operations in cities like Beijing and Changsha in 2021 before expanding to other areas including Chongqing, Wuhan, and Shenzhen. The service claims to offer driverless transportation in multiple cities with plans to expand further. Due to its low prices and easy ordering system, it quickly gained popularity as a new and exciting option for many passengers. However, as Radish Run became more widespread, the number of issues also increased. Problems like misjudging road conditions, taking detours, and struggling to handle unexpected situations became more frequent. When the system encounters challenging scenarios, it often freezes, leaving both passengers and other drivers frustrated. This has led many to humorously call it silly radish. In one instance, the vehicle stopped at a congested intersection and remained stuck, blocking traffic. Some online users commented that a few hundred radish cars could paralyze an entire city's traffic. A TikToker shared his experience when riding Radish Run at a right turn. Despite being able to make the turn directly, the car suddenly braked hard to wait for left-turning vehicles, blocking a row of cars behind it. He shouted in frustration as the vehicle caused a traffic backup.
Are you turning or what? Just swing right already. Why are you waiting for that car up front? Oh, we're done for. The radish is brain dead, stuck, not budging, just flashing its hazards. Look at that. It's clogging up all the cars behind us. Come on, move it. I bet the drivers back there are ripping me apart. Probably crashed the system when it started flashing those lights.
Some online users speculated that human operators had taken control behind the scenes. Previously, another TikTok user discovered at the Radish Run Control Center that despite the vehicle being labeled driverless, there's actually a person sitting at the controls with a steering wheel. This raised concerns about the claim of full autonomy. Radish Run customer service responded by clarifying that while the cars operate using autonomous driving technology, they're not entirely driverless. The user added that if the vehicle faces an issue it can't solve, a remote safety operator can step in to assist. He emphasized that such extreme scenarios are rare, and unlike in-vehicle safety drivers, cloud-based operators can manage multiple vehicles at once. In one case, the vehicle became stuck in the middle of the road after encountering a woven bag. It caused a traffic jam until a kind bystander removed the bag, allowing the vehicle to move again. One commenter humorously questioned what would happen if an ambulance had been following behind.
The pickup points are difficult, the drop-off points are inconsistent, and the cars drive really slowly during peak hours. If there's a plastic bag on the road, it gets scared and won't move, causing traffic jams. It's really inconvenient.
While Baidu repeatedly claims it will improve the technology and that Radish Run includes 46 safety features, many people remain skeptical about its safety effectiveness. It seems that this smart radish still needs some work before it is truly ready. As Radish Run expands to more cities, many ride-hailing and traditional taxi drivers are feeling the pressure and fearing for their jobs. Reports suggest that there are about 7 million ride-hailing drivers in China, and this large labor force could experience significant income loss and job instability if machines take over. Radish Run attracts users with its low starting prices. For example, in Wuhan, a 10-kilometer trip costs between 4 and 16 yuan, while traditional ride-hailing cars typically charge 18 to 30 yuan for the same distance. Moreover, Radish Run operates 24/7, and its vehicle costs are designed to support a price war, making it difficult for human drivers to compete on both price and working hours. Recently, taxi drivers in Wuhan collectively filed complaints with local transportation authorities about Radish Run autonomous taxis. In an open letter, they pointed out that the 47 low-cost machine drivers are gradually squeezing out their livelihood, with some taxi drivers already being forced to leave the industry. This veteran taxi driver in Wuhan, who has been in the business for over a decade, was asked about the impact of autonomous ride-hailing cars on his income and said,
We've hit rock bottom. We're not making any money. We're just covering the cost of the car. The market is so small. It's already saturated.
Many users have expressed concerns that technological advancements should not come at the expense of people's livelihoods. However, critical comments about Radish Run have been censored on Chinese social media. A TikTok user with over 10 years of experience in the automotive industry shared his story.
I got reported by Baidu's Radish Run. A few days ago, I posted a video saying that the arrival of autonomous taxis, they're replacing people who rely on ride-hailing and taxi jobs to support their families. Baidu reported me, saying I was trying to put Radish Run against the public, causing negative opinions about it and damaging its reputation.
The TikToker later explained his stance, saying that from one perspective, technology helps society progress. The widespread use of autonomous taxis will eventually replace human drivers and may even expand into sectors like food delivery and courier services. However, he emphasized that it's important to weigh both the benefits and drawbacks. He said, from another angle, with a population of 1.4 billion, is there really a shortage of drivers or delivery workers? The answer is clear. There are over 6 million ride-hailing drivers, more than 4.5 million couriers, and over 13 million delivery workers. Together, these industries employ over 23.5 million people, and for many, these jobs are their last hope for survival. If machines take these jobs, it won't just lead to individual unemployment, but entire families will lose their livelihoods.
As someone who's worked in the automotive industry for years, I know autonomous driving technology is the future and it will become widespread, but I hope this technology doesn't directly take jobs from regular people. It should first be applied in private cars to help with driver fatigue or in more dangerous fields like replacing humans in underground mining, high-altitude work, firefighting, or bomb disposal to reduce human casualties. We can't stop technological progress, but we can choose how to apply it.
Not only have some TikTokers faced censorship, but ordinary people's complaints have also been dismissed as malicious and face the threat of lawsuits. Several citizens have filed complaints about Radish Run, citing issues such as slow speeds, unstable driving paths, and delays when turning. These problems have caused significant traffic congestion, especially during peak hours, increasing both commute times and traffic pressure. Some have also reported that the vehicle failed to move at green lights or rushed through intersections at red lights, raising safety concerns. In response, Radish Run stated that it had investigated these malicious complaints and false incidents. After a detailed review and evidence collection, they confirmed that the issues described in the complaints did not occur. The company also reported the situation to the police and emphasized that it would continue to optimize the autonomous driving algorithms to improve vehicle efficiency and adaptability. However, many online users were not satisfied with this explanation, posting comments like, one TikToker remarked,
"Here we go again. Can't fix the problem, so they go after the people raising the issue. Technology has advanced. It used to just stay put, but now it's learned to block traffic. Even the most experienced drivers in Wuhan can't beat these radishes." A radish grows where the soil supports it, but Radish Run has turned into a bad radish. Now it's learned to block lanes. The problem is, you can't even argue with it, especially after what happened recently, when a Radish Run was in a left turn lane waiting for the light. Suddenly, an electric car tried to overtake it, and the radish responded with a sharp acceleration, speeding ahead. It was a real battle between autonomous and human drivers. Why did it finally let the other car go? Because it was forced into the solid lane and had no choice. It's truly a bad radish.
Radish Run is currently operating in multiple cities across China, including Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Wuhan, Chengdu, and Chongqing. Baidu is working to expand Radish Run internationally and build a large-scale global operation. Baidu also plans to partner with Lyft to bring Radish Run to the UK and Germany in 2026, but the services faced safety concerns and user experience issues in China, such as misjudging pedestrians, frequent sudden braking, and lack of warning when changing lanes. These challenges could pose obstacles to its entry into the European market. In addition, Baidu reached a similar agreement with Uber in July to bring Radish Run to the Middle East and Asia, with plans to further expansion into Europe. The specific timeline has not been set. Commentator Wang He believes that while Europe lags behind China and the US in autonomous driving, the appeal of low-cost Chinese self-driving cars makes the partnership a smart business move. But he also points out that market entry depends on meeting Europe's strict technical standards and safety requirements. He said, "Even if an agreement is signed, Europe will not approve it if the technology doesn't meet the standards." Previously, a Radish Run vehicle in Wuhan was involved in a pedestrian collision, which sparked online debate. Baidu responded, stating that the accident occurred when the vehicle, which had started moving at a green light, made minor contact with a pedestrian who was crossing the street illegally. Professor Sun Guoxiang from Nanhua University in Taiwan stated that while Baidu's vehicles in China have accumulated over 100 million kilometers, the cloud remote control system they use is considered high risk in Europe and the US due to potential network delays or system breaches that could lead to accidents. Professor Swan also noted that in the context of growing technology and trade tensions between China, the US, and Europe, Chinese-led autonomous vehicle fleets entering Europe would face national security and cybersecurity reviews. For Lyft, this move would expand its business outside of North America and increase its market share in Europe, competing with companies like Uber and Waymo. For Baidu, it would help share research and development costs and improve its global automotive technology competitiveness. However, both the EU and the UK have been cautious toward Chinese companies involved in data and infrastructure transmission. Professor Swan speculated that approval is highly uncertain, especially following security review cases involving companies like Huawei and TikTok, where political resistance could pose significant obstacles. Wang He also pointed out that self-driving cars require extensive terrain data and sensor images, which are considered national secrets in China. The policies restricting information transmission could become a focus for European regulators. The EU's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, imposes strict requirements on data sovereignty. How to meet European standards will be a major point of regulatory scrutiny. There are concerns that Radish Run's facial recognition, trip records, and app management data collection features could be subject to China's cybersecurity law, raising the risk of government access to this information.